Yeah, I just want to do a video on a air-to-air refueling tutorial, and just going to walk through some steps on how to accomplish that. So first thing, if you look here on the FCR, we got a radar contact. I'm going to go ahead and lock up the tanker, and right over here where it says F, you see the distance 4.1 miles.
In position.
And down here it'll tell you a closure speed, 175 knots closure. So my rule of thumb, maybe about 400 knots or so, up until you get to about a mile away from the tanker. So as a general rule, you don't want to be locking up in real life. You don't want to lock up the tanker. It's a buddy spike. So the rule is switch is safe. So you do want to go quiet, turn the radar, or go ECM to quiet, and go ahead and open up the fuel vent. Alright, so 2 miles here. I'm going to go ahead and at 1 mile I'll go switch is safe, and then I'll go ahead and open up the fuel panel. Alright, so 1.3 miles. At this point, you can call the tanker way before this, but okay, there's 1 mile. I'm going to go just a little bit past idle, basically flight idle. I'll go ahead and go emissions to quiet, and I'll open up the fuel door here. Alright, so here we are. And the tanker typically is going to go around 300, 305 knots. Okay, now I'm entering the late turbulence. Let me make sure my radio is on here, so I can hear transmission. I'm going to call them again. I'll tell them we're ready to refuel.
Camel, 1-1.
Typically you're a little bit closer than
Stabilized
this.
and ready. Roger.
And like I said, 300, 305 knots, good closure rate. I'm looking at right around 310. I'm a little bit far away, so. And then a nice little trick here, so you don't have to be looking at your fuel panel down here at 3,200 pounds. Go ahead and go list, and then number 2 for bingo, and that'll give you an actual exact count here for how much fuel you have, so you don't have to be looking down trying to figure out how much fuel you got. And this is where, practice information flying really comes in handy. Right here, I'm in this wake turbulence, so.
Cowboy, 1-1, Camel, 1-1, clear to contact position.
And just come up underneath this guy.
Forward. Forward.
Focus. The key is to really relax, and it's hard to do that because your body wants to tense up. You got the death grip on the joystick, on the yoke. You don't want to do that. You don't want to be holding on for dear life. You want to be as relaxed as possible. And the weird thing is, the more relaxed you are, actually the better you're going to do. And then it wants me to go forward here. I'm sorry, he wants me to go aft.
Disconnect. Back.
Get confused with those lights, so it's actually a command. So if the light is on forward, he actually wants you to go forward, and if it's on A, that's aft, he wants you to go aft. So once you're here, you're pretty much stabilized.
Cowboy, 1-1, Camel, 1-1. Heads up, tanker is entering turn.
And I'm full of fuel coming up here, 7,000.
Disconnect.
There. So once you're full of fuel, it'll automatically disconnect. And you can go ahead and go to the outer right wing. go ahead and tell them that you are done with fuel and your
Camel
wingman
1-1, ready.
go ahead and
Roger.
get fuel.
Cowboy 1-2, Camel 1-1, clear to contact position.
So one last note, you notice that the refueling was pretty quick. I'm using the simplified version. The only difference between simplified and realistic is the time it takes on the boom. We had a guy who was a Navy pilot at one of our old squadrons, and he compared refueling in a simulator versus real life. He said it was easily 10 times easier in real life because you have cedar pants flying. Your depth perception is 100 times better in real life. You can just have a sense of movement. So this is significantly harder. It does take a long time to really perfect air-to-air refueling, and really the basis of that is formation flying. The awesome thing about Falcon BMS is that the flight model is so accurate, and the flight physics are so great. You can actually kind of feel the aircraft, but understand, you were kind of still working in a 2D world. You don't have that depth perception that you do in a real aircraft, and so things are just significantly harder. Okay. There's that Canadian show, I forget what it's called, the F-16 pilots. Those guys were hitting the tanker on their first and second try. For guys that are just sim pilots, it takes hours and hours of dedication. So just wanted to give you a quick tutorial on how to air-to-air refuel, and just remember, practice makes perfect. Burn around.